Welcome back at Titi's House Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. Man, I'm just gonna open up with the open up. with the tea.
The tea just happened yesterday.
Just happened yesterday. When we just talking about Trump?
Just was.
Man, somebody tried to assassinate him.
Somebody tried JFK him.
Not JFK. I mean, like, that's not funny,
yeah,
but at the end of the day, like,
it's kind of like
first of all, let me say that I know that there's some people that won't vote for him just because they don't like him, like myself. But to say that I'm gonna go out here and try to assassinate him,
it's crazy.
That is crazy to me.
It's a death wish.
I was hoping to share the video that I seen on one of the sites that I follow, but they removed it of the guy that actually shot him. Now, the police killed him?
Yeah, I heard that. He died. They had footage of him like dead on top of the roof.
Wow, so they shot him. What they were saying, a lot of people, okay, so there's people upset that people are laughing about it or saying that the person missed. I'm just glad it wasn't a black or Latino person.
That's all I cared about.
Oh, man, because that's the first thing I asked. And then it's funny because I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I was like, who shot him? Was it a black person or Latino? And she was like, it was at a Trump rally. It was a white person. Like,
Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah. And no, it was Butler, Pennsylvania.
Butler, okay.
Yeah, Butler, Pennsylvania. But I'm like, dang, somebody actually tried to take him out.
And he was a young boy. He was only like 19, 20 years old.
And he was a Democrat.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, boy? That's what he said on the thing.
He was a Republican.
No, he said he was a Democrat.
Oh, okay.
And he said, and I don't like Trump. He said, I don't like the Republican Party and I don't like Trump. Is that, well, like, what was the underlying issue? Like, there's a lot of people that don't like the other opposing parties, but is that a reason to try to take somebody out?
He's still waiting on his stimulus from 2019.
Man, because I'm like, dang.
No, I definitely was shocked. I was like, wait, what? Am I dreaming when somebody told me that? I'm like, I did not expect to hear that. And Trump's reaction is what makes it funny. Not to be funny, but him putting the fist up. Power. Power,
and then fight. Somebody said he was saying fight.
Yeah.
Sir, who are we fighting? Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't think it, like, I always go back to, it doesn't look good for our country that someone tried to assassinate our potential. Okay. First of all, I didn't even know that he hasn't even accepted the nomination from the Republican Party.
And they are
that tomorrow is when they are convening or meeting to announce him being the nominee.
Yeah, he better be nominated now.
He better be nominated after he almost took a bullet for somebody, you know, from somebody. He very much could have died.
He could have. I saw, did you see that they took 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying album cover and put Trump face on it?
Social media, y'all are something.
It came out like 30 minutes after the
30
incident.
minutes after. Like, they be on it. They be on it. Social media be on it. But it's like, so Milwaukee is actually gearing up for the Republican Party to come there and nominate Trump.
You said that's a Democratic state. I wonder why they choose
I was about to say that.
It's about to be more
They're
drama.
a Democratic state. Like, why would y'all pick a Democratic state as opposed to a Republican state to do the nomination? Is that the typical?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Man, because I was like, weird, you know, that creates kind of mixed feelings amongst the population.
Yeah.
Like, why are they coming here? Like, do we want to support this? I mean, it's good for them because Milwaukee, of course, you're going to get funds. It's going to be money pumped into the economy because you're sponsoring this big Republican nomination, you know. And the whole party is going to be there. So that's a big spotlight for them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wondering why y'all would choose a Democratic state to represent this nomination.
Yeah, for the Republican Party.
That's the part of this big event. You know what I'm saying? This is a huge event. But they were saying that there was some kind of negativity around them being picked to sponsor this event. You know what I'm saying? So I guess people have mixed feelings. You know, I would.
It definitely was unbelievable. I don't know what was going through young boy's head to even. I don't know.
Man, like.
You should have known.
It's okay to not, like I said, it's okay to not like the parties, but to say that you want to assassinate somebody because you don't like the parties, it's got to be a reason behind it. And then they were saying that the government was being, it's always some type of conspiracy theory. Yeah. People, pay attention to the conspiracy theories, because what they're saying is that the CIA, or is it the CIA?
Secret Service, CIA.
I'm sorry, the Secret Service, out of all places, on top of the roof, they did not check.
Yeah, I was just even wondering why they do those type of things outside. I feel like that just creates uncertainty of anything can happen, People on top of roofs, anything. It's like, why are y'all doing these type of events outside?
Yeah, why not inside? But it still doesn't mean that somebody couldn't. Do they have to walk through like a metal detector or anything like that?
Probably if it's in places, they can control it better, I would imagine. Yeah, that's what I
was thinking too. So how did he get a gun in there?
No, because he was outside of the...
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay,
that's what was weird. Outside of the, It's like, why are y'all doing this outside where you can't have it in an environment where you can control the weapons?
But see, that's their job, is to control that.
I know.
They usually have somebody out there paying attention. Some heads are going to turn over that.
Somebody's losing a job.
It doesn't look good for our country. Like I said, I just don't like the fact that it doesn't look good for our country that we're trying to assassinate somebody that hasn't even been picked as the nominee yet, or the actual candidate for the Republican Party.
So when JFK got assassinated, he was already the president.
Yeah.
How long had he been the president before he got assassinated?
I don't remember. Google that. I'm not sure how long he was the president. Do you think that them having the the nomination in Milwaukee, is it to sway the voters? Maybe
so. Yeah, the people who are on, maybe it's one of them borderline swing states.
Yeah.
They call them.
Yeah, where they like Democratic by like a hair, or by
like, no, we need
1% or 0.2% or something like that. Mm-hmm. So because I'm thinking, you're having this there in a Democratic state, could it kind of shift voters on their preferences amongst the different candidates, or Republican, or even, just the Republican candidate. So, yeah, that's a good, I didn't think about that.
He was hardly past his first 1,000 days in office before he was shot to death. So that's so he did like 2 years, 3 years. He was in there for a little bit.
Oh, wow, before he was assassinated. Wow. Yeah, so I didn't know that the Republicans were gathering just to nominate him. Mm-hmm. That's news to me. I thought he was already the candidate for the Republican Party. And Biden is our candidate, right? Because he is in office right now. So there's no... Yeah, there was a lot of reactions, too, to the actual attempted assassination. A lot of the world leaders were, like, sending, like... we hope he's okay, best wishes. Like, a lot of people actually like him, surprisingly.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see him die.
I'm talking about, like, the prime minister, the British prime minister, the Israeli prime minister send prayers and best wishes for Trump's safety. Yeah, there was a couple people. The Australian PM Albanese condemns violence, relieved to hear that Trump is safe. Hungary. It's a lot. The UK, like, a lot of people were sending support.
Nobody wants to see him die. If it would have been successful, it'd have been sad.
It would have been sad.
Even though we don't like him.
Even though we don't, even though we don't agree
and support him,
and support him, like, we should never be trying to assassinate someone. Let it run its course. If he's meant to win, then he's meant to win. I always feel like things happen because, they're meant to win or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and just because they got a difference of opinions is no reason to want to hurt somebody.
Yeah, that's not, I don't think so. It's funny because I was reading a little bit about, like, Hispanic, I'm all big on Latinos and Hispanics, but there's a Hispanic male Democrat that is actually making an abortion pitch to the Latino men. Because, you know, Latinos, they're saying that on the abortion topic itself, they're starting to sway how they think about it. Because, you know, Latinos are big.
Families.
Can I tell you, family and abortion doesn't happen in Latino. You know, I was pregnant at 17.
Yeah,
that's how you got here.
Yep.
My mom said, no abortions over here. We don't believe in that. So I was forced to have a child, which I love you to death. But a lot of Latinos are now tending to, you know, they're like, well, wait a minute. You know, it should be a choice. So now they're going away from the religious aspect of it and looking at it as it, you know, it should be legal for people that are in certain situations that they can't control being pregnant. Rape being one, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're overturning how they feel about abortion, which I think is huge. So this representative, Gabriel Vasquez, is focusing on abortion rights in his campaign to Latino men, despite it being a risky topic in many Latino households. I think that's great.
And what is he running for?
Democrat. He's a Hispanic male Democratic candidate.
So we'll probably hear more from him in the future.
Yeah, I think so. We'll hear a lot more about him. He represents a border district in New Mexico. Okay. So, and you know, Mexico, there's a lot of Mexicans out there. So I'm sure before they, you know, they weren't with it. They were like, it should be against the law. It's illegal. But now they're looking, he said they're turning, and he's helping to shift some of those views amongst Latinos. So I like that. I think you have to think about the circumstances. Not always things fall in place with religion. You got to think about, you know, personal autonomy. Like you should be able to make that choice. A woman should be able to make that choice whether or not she wants to have a baby or not. By the way, what this abortion law does is create young women to dispose of their babies. Did you hear about the girl in New York? I was having a conversation with Anita today, and she was telling me there's a young girl in New York that had a baby, and the baby still had the umbilical cord. And I forgot where she said that somebody found the baby near train tracks or something like that. I'm not sure. But the situation is they found the baby. And she went to the hospital to take care of herself after she had the baby. Well, guess what? They arrested her at the hospital. Yeah, because you just had a baby, ma'am, and the baby was just found. Like, come on. This is going to create that type of environment where these young girls are not going to think twice about getting rid of a baby because they don't want it.
Is this illegal in New York?
Yeah, I mean, abortion,
Abortion is that's one of the states where it's illegal at? Yeah. Yeah, it's also going to
I believe so.
It'll create like some underworld on the dark web when people are going to be selling babies like that they had. I'm just thinking of how evil it could get.
Oh my God, I never thought about that.
Yeah, people are going to be selling babies on the dark web just because they can't get rid, legally get rid of them. It's going to become something crazy.
Yeah, come get this baby because I don't want it. Where you're eliminating the agencies, the adoption agencies that would come into play because you don't want nobody to know you had a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Or there's going to be more babies in trash cans.
Brenda's got a baby, yeah, like Tupac said.
My God, like this is something really to think about. We got to think about, what type of, what we're creating, because you're creating a monster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These young girls, if you feel like your back is against the wall and you're not ready to be a parent and you're scared. I'm tell you something. I was scared to tell my mom I was pregnant.
Really?
And it's funny because she told me.
Oh, she knew you were.
Oh, she knew I was. She was waiting for me to tell her.
Yeah.
But I was too scared. But to be honest, I didn't know I was pregnant for probably 4 months. You know what I'm saying?
So she noticed. She's like, yeah.
She was like, every month she asked me, like, did you get a period? And I was like, no. The first month I think I spotted maybe I had a period. And then the second month I was like, oh, I'm just late. Third month, oh, I'm just late. She was like, did you get a period? And I was like, oh, yeah, I did. I took the pads and wrapped them up in paper and just put them in. It looked like, man, She's slicker than me. She went looking through the things and was like, you ain't had no period. She was like, you're pregnant, aren't you? I was like, how do you answer that? I was so scared. I can imagine what these young girls, I was 17 years old. At 17, you have no clue as to, you know, what you want. You know, you're so immature. Like, you have no clue. So for that girl that delivered that baby, at least, one thing Anita was saying, that if you took the baby to the police station or to the fire department, they can't press charges against you.
Why is that specifically?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a safety issue. They just want you to turn the baby in somewhere where they'll be safe. But there's going to be a lot of young kids in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that, you know, I'm going to say for Latinos, we ain't giving you no birth control. Because birth control means we giving you permission to have sex, and we're not giving you permission to have sex. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the situation. I've had a lot of people say, well, I put my daughter on birth control to regulate her period. Well, you know she's going to be out here having sex. So at the end of the day,
that's bad for your health though too, though, right? I hear a lot of women that say that they don't want to take it because they don't like the way it makes them feel.
Yeah, I think it depends on. I think it depends too. Yeah, it does. It makes you gain weight too. Don't nobody want to be out here gaining weight, trying to control this weight.
Yeah, that.
Trying to get fat. Oh my God, no. So yeah, I think that's, you know. Do you think that the states should own the rights to make the decision for abortions, or do you think it should be the federal government?
Oh yeah, we talked about this last weekend. I think the states should. It makes sense because it would be more controlled on
that
the people's, how the people in that area feel. It makes more sense.
Oh, and I said that the voters, we can vote in the office. You choose according to what you believe in.
Yeah.
That's what you have to, when you're thinking about, man, this election's almost here.
2 months, 3 months.
It's
what,
coming
November
up.
7th,
November,
right?
it's coming up. Like, do people know? Do you know what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Do you know who you want to vote for? Are you looking at the potential, who's in the spotlight as far as the Republican vice president? You know, you got to pay attention to all that. Look at the running mates.
Yeah, I don't think that he chose his running mate.
No,
yet,
but there's 3 potentials that are in the spotlight, and that's Doug Burgum, Marco Rubio, and J.D. Vance. Those are the 3 in the spotlight. Do your research and look at those 3 candidates, what they're doing, what states they belong to, what makes them qualified to be the vice president. That's what we need to be looking at. You know what I'm saying? Not the color of their skin, not, you know, she's an AKA, like that's not important. You know what I'm saying? Look at the stuff that's important. You know, you just got to do your research. You really do. Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy. What do you think about this Young Thug trial, though? For real?
Oh yeah, I've been watching.
First of all, can I say I love Young Thug? I hope he gets out of jail, man.
Me
like
too.
for real. Like, do you? Because they just disrupted it because they said that the judges
on some crazy. Yeah, it is though. I've been watching the recaps, and it seems like they got it out for Young Thug and everything, but I don't think lyrics should be able to be used against you in court because it's art.
So.
It's like saying the director can't show murders in it because if he shows a murder, that means he's a killer. Yeah, it's art. You can.
So yeah, why wouldn't they use the movie industry to say, oh, he's a killer because he creates killer movies?
Yeah, or you paint something.
Stephen King is a killer.
Yeah.
He might be a serial killer then.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, come on,
M. Night Shyamalan, all these,
Man, it's like Young Thug is in there, and it's like, you guys. So that means that he's gonna be in there potentially longer. Because they postponed it or prolonged it indefinitely.
Oh, they did? I didn't hear that.
That's what they're saying. Potentially prolonging the trial indefinitely. The defense accuses Judge Ural Glanville and prosecutors of misconduct for holding a private meeting with a witness without the presence of the defense lawyers, leading to heated exchanges and contempt finding against the defense lawyer. So
the first day, the dude YSL Woody, he used to be with Young Thug and them heavy. They had him. They was about to. They had him on the stand his first day. You know, the witness, and then he just kept pleading the fifth. And then they was like, all right, now you're going to jail for the weekend. because you pleading the fifth. And they had a little meeting, and then when he came back on Monday, he just started spewing out everything. They're like, yo, but he just pled the fifth, and then now y'all had a secret meeting, and then now he's telling you all this stuff. Oh,
because they gave him an out, probably, right?
I mean, they gave him an out there. There was like, they told him, they had already told him that,
so he get a lesser sentence, or that he's going to go free?
They told him he would be good on everything. Nothing will be held against you.
So he wouldn't even be associated with Young Thug in a sense, because whatever you did, we're going to dismiss it.
Yeah, because they have no other proof. Yeah. Just him, because this isn't his first time snitching. The dude, YSL Woody's on camera 3 hours snitching on some other stuff.
What?
Yeah, but then when he's on there, he's saying, I plead the fifth, and then to come back on Monday because they put him in jail and have this meeting and be like, oh, we need you to say. You can't do that.
Yeah.
If he's saying, I don't want to say nothing. I don't remember. He's saying a lot. I don't remember none of this. I was telling the cops what they want to hear to let me go.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Wow. So do you think, oh my God. So it says, so he has 27 co-defendants?
Thug, yeah. Everybody that was in YSL with him. But they were all artists. It's like, you can't. They really locked up his whole record label and said all this stuff, y'all.
But is it really just based off the music, or were they really committing crimes?
What is it called when
allegedly?
Yeah,
allegedly. Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
Right.
Look,
you're not going to say anything either.
I don't know nothing.
No, I don't know nothing either. But I'm just saying, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's like, allegedly they've done all this. Do you have proof that this was all done? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's there drugs being sold? Were there people being killed? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What proof do you have to hold them? They've been holding. How long has he been in jail? 3, 4 years?
It's been like 3 years. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it's sad. I think he should be free for real.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no solid proof, man,
let him go.
Can't force
because they're saying, so they're saying that Young Thug led a criminal street gang which involved violent activities. And it says, while critics argue that the case is targeting black hip hop artists' freedom of expression.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, we gotta watch what we say.
And it's all based off his lyrics.
Yeah,
But the reality is, how many artists didn't come from the streets? How many artists come from the streets? Let's just put it that way. Come from the streets, get into the music industry, and then leave the streets alone. But it does take time for that to happen, right?
Yeah.
So maybe in the transition, like, why would you not rap about your life?
And the stuff you've seen, it don't even gotta be things that you've done. It's things that you've seen every
being
day.
done. Exactly. Yeah. I agree with that. Like, so now you're saying that no artist can talk about their past?
Man, Johnny,
I didn't see, y'all didn't arrest what's his name? Lil Baby. Y'all didn't arrest Lil Baby. Lil Baby saying stuff on his stuff.
Why? I plead the fifth.
You're pleading the fifth. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of artists that talk about their crime activity prior to becoming rappers. Yeah. Like, why is that illegal? Why is that wrong?
I'm thinking it's this song by the band. Dang, I can't even think of their names. It's a lot of rock songs where they say weird stuff about underage women. It's a lot of Johnny Cash done had some weird lines.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? It's mad stuff.
So why y'all ain't arresting Johnny Cash?
Yeah, it's mad things that people that
like, what is going on? Like, I don't think that's fair. I think that you're targeting black rappers.
100%.
I don't think that's
they mad
fair.
that we found a way out and they trying to stop.
Oh yeah. I believe that.
Yeah, 100%.
I believe that they're trying to, especially here in Atlanta. There's so many haters here, and I hate to say that some of them be the same color of you. Yeah,
because even the DA, Fonnie, she is a black lady. Fonnie Williams, is that her name?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why she got it out on all these, young black men, man?
Because they're making money. They've come out of poverty. Maybe that at one point. How many rappers don't start in the dope game and move?
It's part of it.
It's part of it. It's part of the growth, and it's part of them being able to transition from selling drugs. Master P, all of them talk about their crime era. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it that way, that without saying it.
Yeah, allegedly.
I hate to say allegedly, without saying it. But I feel like that's crazy. I think they put too much focus on the public. You put too much out there for the public's attention. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just the contraband and the disruptions, just everything that's going on in the case itself. Like, how can this man get a fair case with all this stuff going on? I don't think that's fair. Do you think that's fair?
No, I don't think it.
I feel like it's like a reality TV show.
Yeah, so it's a Johnny Cash song called Folsom Prison Blues. Have you heard that song before?
No.
But anyway, in that song, he says, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And it's like, oh, yeah, was y'all giving this same energy to Johnny Cash? It's mad things like that,
Yeah, out there. So just because somebody sings about it doesn't mean they did it, right?
No, it's painting a picture. It's exaggeration. It's art. It's when you're writing music, and this is, I do music, so I'm telling you, it's like it's stories you've heard, you've encountered, you've witnessed, and you're just you're just trying to paint the picture. It doesn't have to be nothing you've done. It's art. It's like saying I can't draw nothing that I've never,
Yeah. You can't, exactly. I can't draw anything that I haven't seen before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or that I don't have any inclination of what it is. I don't know. I just feel like, to be honest, they're at the Superior Court of Atlanta Atlanta?
Yeah, I think they're trying to get it changed somewhere to a different.
I need y'all to start over. Yeah. New judge, new defense attorney. New evidence. Yeah. Like, don't make me come protest, let Young Thug go.
Yeah. Because I'm like, free Thug for a minute.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just you're holding them there under the notion, like you said, and y'all not letting them go. Like, I feel like that's not fair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if they had video evidence, it would have been leaked already. Something that's really could tie them to it. They don't.
Well, they said the two guys. Who's the two guys that they saying snitch? It was one.
YSL Woody is one of them.
And who was the other one?
I'm not too sure who the other one. It was a couple people up.
They're saying they snitching.
Yeah, but no, YSL Woody definitely is mad footage of him talking to the cops. But he also said, so Thug stopped hanging around YSL Woody a little bit in like 2016 stuff. Like,
yeah, so he stopped dealing with him.
Yeah, because maybe he found out that he was snitching or something, allegedly.
I don't think it's fair. I need y'all to let Young Thug go. Like, at the end of the day, you don't have, it's been 3-4 years since the trial. Like, if you haven't been able to prosecute him in a year, what trials go on this long?
No, it looks like there's no end to this.
Anytime they're saying they're going to get a new judge,
yeah,
the judge needs to step down. They're doing some illegal stuff over there. Like, I don't think that's fair. I don't. It's crazy. What do you feel? Can I tell you something about this AI on Facebook? Have you used the AI on Facebook? It's getting on my damn nerves.
What happened?
It's just like you go in there to type stuff and AI is telling you what to put in there. Stop.
Yeah.
Get out my damn phone. Is that something you can turn off?
Probably so.
Oh my God. I'm talking about annoying.
Yeah.
It's like I go in there to do something and AI is telling me what to do. AI, you don't know me. Like, you don't know. This is the thing. We are basing how people's behaviors are on artificial intelligence.
And trying to guess what they're going to do. And
guessing what they're going to do. Can I tell you my job is using AI?
Oh, really? What they got y'all?
They have it where it's, so you document things, and it's like paraphrasing what you should do next, or, it just paraphrases all the notes together. And can I tell you, it can be a little, some of the stuff is thorough. AI, you on point. Mm-hmm. But it's like, what are we doing? Are we going to let artificial intelligence be human intelligence? Because I feel like there's no comparison. To human intelligence to artificial intelligence.
I mean, human intelligence created the artificial intelligence.
Oh my God, I can't. I guess you might have a point there.
Yeah, I think it's smart for what it can be used for. Like, I use AI to make like album art, and I really just gotta be very detailed, type in exactly what I want, and it'll give me 50 versions of it. It's very quick. Like
yeah.
I wrote a children's book in like 3 minutes using AI, just messing with it to see what it's very. It works
pretty good. Oh,
for some things, you know.
Good, then are you gonna publish? You're not there yet.
I want to do pictures for it too, so okay. I want to do the art.
Okay,
for
that's what's up. I guess it just makes me mad because I'm like, you're not in my brain. Get out of my brain. I feel like artificial intelligence is trying to make you do what it wants you to do, or search what it wants you to search, or it's.
And you know they say that's when it's gonna get bad too, when it really finds its way to control us and we don't even know it.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't, because I feel like it's trying to control me now as I'm typing stuff.
Just on Facebook,
I'm like, get out of here, get out of here. And even on Instagram, I'm like, get out of here, AI, that meta AI.
Yeah.
I don't need you to think for me. As long as I can think for myself, I don't need you to think for me. Like I don't like it. And even, you know, when it comes to work, it's cool that you're paraphrasing everything that I've already put in there, but you're being me. I don't need you to tell me what to do next. You know what I'm saying? I can think for myself. I've been doing this. I can do this. Like, I just don't get it. I think it takes away from, it's going to take away from people thinking. Oh, yeah. You're going to be the internet has already done that to our kids. Our kids lack common sense because of the internet. Like, where are we going with this? Like, to me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm afraid. If a plane is going to be flown by artificial intelligence, I will never get on an airplane again. If a car is going to be driven by artificial intelligence, I will never drive a car again.
It's on the way.
Like, seriously, I'm afraid because I think about how I grew up and I think about how we didn't have the internet. We had encyclopedias, y'all. Encyclopedia Britannicas. Like, they would come to your house. Hi, we're selling encyclopedias. My mom bought the whole encyclopedia set from A to Z. Like, at the end of the day, we had to search for our information. Now it makes it too easy. It makes it too easy, and it's scary. Because even with people getting like symptoms to things, and they're like, oh, it could be a stomach ache. Oh, I just have diarrhea because I ate something. No, you can have colon cancer and not even know it because you're expecting the internet to diagnose you. No. And I'm not saying people are stupid, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we are heavily relying on something that is the internet is so big, and it's based off of everything that people search, everything that people load in there, and it just pops up, and you know, it's what people have searched recently, and you can't go by that. You can't use that as your gateway to knowledge.
So you're saying too much knowledge is
not good.
Bad thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, man. I don't know. I see the difference between kids that use like Legos and, you know, the blocks to put things together, the Jengas, do you know people don't play board games anymore?
Yeah.
Board games are damn near extinct.
Yeah.
I hate to say that.
They're like, is it in the App Store?
If you're not playing it on your phone, you're not playing it at all. What happened to the tic-tac-toes of the world? We used to love playing tic-tac-toe and hangman. I'm sorry, but you learn how to problem solve, work through issues, come up with solutions. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Where is this AI taking us? Where is this? I already feel like the internet's been around, what, 20 years now?
Yeah, and it's not.
Has it hit its 20-year mark?
Probably. Let's see.
Yeah, Google that. I want to know how long Google been around, because Google is like the gateway to knowledge. And don't get me wrong, I like the little apps, you know, that they have in the app stores that you can use to track your food and to know how you're working out, what kind of fitness programs to use. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of using apps because I mean, they'll keep you on track. I even listen to the Amen app. It wakes me up in the morning. It's spiritual. Like, I love them, but I don't want nobody telling me what to search for, what I'm looking for. Get out my damn head. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it says Google been around for 26 years.
26 years.
was when Google launched.
1998, before the Y2K. Remember that when they said 2000 everything was going to fail.
Crash,
the banks were going to you're not going to see your money. As a matter of fact, I was having a conversation. I'm actually doing some investment stuff, and was having a conversation with a gentleman that's helping me with that. And he said to me that the stock market, he was like, everything's going to crash.
Yeah, it is.
He said they're anticipating October, November, December, that it was going to crash. And he was telling me that, and I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. He was like, so if you got money somewhere, if you got money in the bank, please put your money somewhere else.
Yeah.
He was just talking to me about that. Really nice guy. And I was like, wow, I did not know that. But he was telling me the stock market's going to crash. Stuff is going to crash. September, October, November, right before Christmas. They feel like something major is going to happen.
Around the election.
Pay attention. Oh, my God. Around the election. I didn't even think about that. But that's so true. But he did say gas prices were going to go down. We were having a conversation. Very intelligent gentleman, by the way. I was just like, wow. He was like, take some money and have some money just stashed somewhere.
Some cash.
Yeah, stash some cash somewhere safe, in your safe or something, in case something happens. He said, and if you're banking with FDIC banks, baby, you better think about it. I know we have our financial meetings, which I'm going to talk about what I'm doing, because I think you guys should be doing it too. Putting your money somewhere else. It's making me think about taking all my money out of the bank and putting it somewhere else. Like, seriously, at the end of the day, we got to think about these things.
In a shoebox under your bed?
Oh, no, probably not that. Maybe I don't know where I'm going to put it. I ain't thought that far in advance, but when he told me that, I was like, oh.
I mean, but do you even... If our economy was to go to shit and crash, I don't even think a paper dollar would be worth anything. Have you seen the commercial where the dude is trying to, he's at a restaurant with his shorty and he's trying to pay in cash, and the guy's like, I like these nice drawings of the president you gave us, but we don't accept this. Like, what is this?
I believe that. Eventually it's going to it's going to be digital.
Yeah.
Digital currency.
I think it's already there. People pay with their phones.
Yeah, everything. I tap for everything too.
Think about the homeless dude we just seen. You're like, dang, I ain't even got no cash to give. But if he had a cash app.
If you got Cash App, I can Cash App you $1. You know what? And he probably don't have a phone.
Yeah.
You're right, though. I never thought about it that way, but you're right.
People are suffering even more because we've went to straight digital stuff.
Yeah, no one carries
Nobody
cash.
carries cash.
I don't even have. Remember back in the day, you used to have money in your little ashtray. If you didn't smoke, all your little coins were going to. I don't even have coins in my ashtray.
That's what I'm saying, because we're not getting change back. We never have cash on.
Oh my God, that is so true. I didn't think about that. We're going away from the typical. That's why I'm so afraid. Not because I don't feel like I'm just behind the times and not moving the way that the world is moving, but we have to think about a lot of stuff that, I used to say all the time, like, oh, these kids don't have no common sense. They really don't. It's sad. But this AI is going to take all the common sense out of people, because you're going to be so reliant. Oh, I'm typing this and AI said I should be looking for this. Oh, I'm going to look for this. You know how many people...
Yeah, I know. I see it all day.
I'm afraid. People, be afraid. I put the onus on the parents. You know what I'm saying? Parents, still buy your kids blocks. Still buy game boards and still play games with your kids at home. Sorry and Operation, and those are the games that Operation made people want to be doctors. You know what I'm saying? Those are the games. What happened to those games? They just went away. I just don't understand it. I have a game. I still have one game box, Battle of the Sexes. Like I don't get it. It's like we have to think about You still got to teach. If you're going to rely heavily on Google and AI, parents still teach your kids. Teach your kids. Like, your kids need to learn the basics, if anything, the basics. Because you're relying too much on this internet to teach your children, and that ain't good. It's not. What happened to the old encyclopedias? They're probably all outdated. Stuff in there is probably not, because it's evolved 26 years. You imagine how much information is out on the internet?
Yes,
for different diseases and symptoms, and people automatically, as soon as they feel something, oh, I'm throwing up. Let me Google it and see what it is. And they'll do home remedies before. And I don't have nothing against home remedies. I think it's the best thing ever, home remedies. But you still have to go to a doctor. But at least you're coming in there. If you've read something on the internet, go into the doctor's office with what you read and say, hey, I think it might be this because I have these symptoms, and let the doctor determine. Work together.
And you know what the doctor gonna do? Go to Google.
Well, let me tell you, my primary care doctor, Dr. Boyd, he's an older gentleman. I got to say, Dr. Boyd is probably like 70-something.
Oh, yeah, so it's before his time.
When I tell you, he still goes to his medical books. I don't see him going to Google.
Okay.
He pulls out, you can ask Katrina because we go to the same doctor. Dr. Boyd pulls out the medical dictionary or the medical book and starts looking at stuff to make sure. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I won't go to nobody else. And even though I don't see him often, I know that when I go see him, he's going to look through that damn medical book and he ain't Googling my symptoms. Because these new age doctors, they're probably Googling your symptoms.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously. You know, when Zaul got sick, remember Zaul had to have his lymph nodes removed.
When he was a kid, you talking about?
Yeah, when he was in high school, because he got, they swole and never went down. And they can be cancerous if you don't remove them. And I forgot what the system was. The disease was a Japanese. It had a Japanese name and a Japanese like it was the first case was in Japan, and they named it. I forgot what it was called. But it was like, and it's funny because the doctor that seen him was like, I have never heard of this. And she went to an older doctor and said, have you ever heard of it? Oh, yeah, I have. I've only seen one case ever. So it was like the second case.
Yeah, what was
like
I doing
rare.
in Japan?
Huh?
What was I doing in Japan?
When was he in Japan?
Yeah.
No, but it's crazy because it was like that doctor went to an older doctor to say, hey, have you ever heard of this? Because I've never heard of it. And she actually Googled it and was like, it's not enough information out there for me even to make a decision. So I'm still going to have to go in and operate and remove the lymph nodes and make sure that they're not cancerous. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. But it was scary for a minute there because you have a young doctor that really, but what I'm so glad for is that she had a mentor that she could go to and say, hey, I got this kid with this and I ain't never seen this before and I never heard of this disease before. You know what I'm saying? Because things like that can come up where it's something so rare and so new to somebody that they don't know. Or maybe it existed in the past and you haven't seen it in years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because somebody was telling me that it was cases of Legionnaire's disease. That's an old...
What's that? I never heard
Legionnaire's is like...
Look, as you get on Google to search it.
I am, because I forgot what it is.
Legionnaire's.
But it's old.
Yeah, I never heard of that. Legionnaire's.
Yeah.
I feel like anything could come back because, like, how they get here in the first place.
Yeah, remember, like the bird flu?
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. Legionnaire's disease. Let me put my glasses on for y'all because I can't see. Legionnaire's, it's like, it's a type of pneumonia caused by Legionella bacteria. They said cases of Legionnaire's they hadn't seen in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Those from what? Legion.
How many people have chicken pox now?
Yeah, I haven't. Do kids still get that?
Apparently chicken pox is still out there, but you get a shot for chicken pox now. So it is really rare that you get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because it still exists. And guess what? In like 10 or 20 years, if they see a case of chicken pox, they're going to be like, what is that?
Yeah.
Just think 30, 40, 50 years from now, if a case of chicken pox or the measles, people don't get the measles anymore. So You got to think about that.
Because the measles was like if you never had chickenpox, it turns into the measles, right? As an adult.
Is it?
It's either the measles.
Chickenpox was childhood and measles was adults?
Yeah, if you don't get chickenpox.
But just think about that. You think about, you know, the things that you don't see anymore, the diseases that you don't see anymore. In 100 years, they ain't going to know what that, with Legionnaires, they going to think that's a new disease.
Yeah, I never even heard of that.
What does it say?
No, I'm searching still.
He said I'm searching still. Oh my God, the guy that shot at Trump and they killed was 20 years old.
Yeah, I seen that he was a young boy.
Oh my God, he was young. My goodness. I hate that. Man. The measles.
Shingles. If you never get chickenpox, and if you never had chickenpox as a kid and you get it when it's older, it's shingles.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Because older adults, like after 50, get shingles.
Oh, yeah, so that's what...
Oh, I'm glad I had the chicken pox.
Yeah.
I had the chicken pox and the measles.
Mm-hmm. Word.
Yeah, I remember having the chicken pox. Them things were so big. I was like, them things
like,
itch so bad. Oh, my God. It was like you on crack.
Like, do kids get ringworms still and stuff? Like, they don't be outside.
Not like before, probably. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's another one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's mad
ringworm.
Yeah.
Kids used to get ringworm all the time. You know why? From rolling in the grass.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, my God. Those are the things. But seriously, think about it. 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, they're going to be like, what is that?
Yeah. And there's going to be a new strain of it. Just think it's going to come back strong. It's going to be a real worm.
There was a man that got a sexually transmitted ringworm.
What the heck?
That it came from overseas, and the first case in the United States.
Recently?
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
Where'd it come from?
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Let me Google it.
Wuhan.
It was it's sexually. It's like a ringworm, sexually transmitted.
Ringworm.
Transmitted ringworm.
Sexually transmitted ringworm.
He had it in between his legs. That's crazy. 2 rare ringworm infections affecting the genital area and cropping up in the United States, according to reports published last month. This infection can potentially spread through sexual contact and may resist standard antifungal medications. Oh, my goodness gracious. Trichophyton.
You said it's called trichophyton?
Trichophyton mentagaphites type 7. 7 is with the V is 5.
7 with the 5.
Yeah, so 7. Yeah. It is the first time the fungus has been identified in the U.S. Last year, doctors in France reported 13 such cases. So it's overseas. We just hadn't seen it here. And 12 of the patients, there's 13 cases reported in France. 12 of those patients were men who have sex with men. Man, you got to be more careful. You got to be more careful. You got to be careful, man. It's crazy. But these are the things that, you know, you got to, like I said, the things that are going to come up that were old is going to come up like they new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm sure, you know, they have you been to Checkers?
Not recently. What happened?
Checkers has a computer talking to you.
Oh, the AI computer? Yeah.
I don't like her.
Why?
Because sometimes she don't get the order right. She be, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're ordering, but it's like, I just want the sandwich. And she'll ask you, do you want the meal? It's just, you're taking too much time. The person that comes to the phone, I could just say, because you can't just say to the computer, I just want the sandwich. I don't know. It's just confusing to me. Maybe it's me because I'm just old school. I don't know. People.
She be frustrating you?
She frustrates the hell out of me. By the time I get finished with her, I don't even want my food.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? So people, we gotta, I mean, it's cool that new technology, hey, it was cool when Google came. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, oh my God, it's an avenue to the world. You know, it's not just the nation, but it's the world. Internationally, you're seeing things. It was like at your fingertips. AI is probably going to be good too at some point, but iron out the kinks first and then come talk to me about it. That's why I ain't bought a Tesla yet. I ain't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't like it so far. I'm just gonna tell you that. I don't like AI.
Until it starts suggesting nice bags to you, then you're like, oh, this AI is actually
maybe some new shoes or something.
It's like, you know these...
the websites I'm on do that right now. They'll be really? Like, oh, we got a new pair of shoes. We think you'll like them. And they'll send you a text message. I do like these. Let me buy them shoes. No, AI ain't gonna get me like that. Yeah. No, I'm not falling for it. Right now, I just don't like it. You know, and I know it's the way the world is going and we got to be open-minded, but some stuff, man, it's going to eliminate jobs for people.
It's already eliminating. Like I said, graphic designers, not needed. I can do it myself in 3 minutes.
Wow. That's so crazy.
And I enjoy making graphics and doing graphic design stuff, but now it's so easy that I don't even waste my time.
And even like a publisher, somebody to help you publish a book. Like you don't even need them now because AI is going to tell, you're going to tell AI everything you're looking for and it's going to plug it, it's going to send it back to you.
Yep. And then whatever you don't like about it, you can change or say, hey, give me another version of this paragraph and it'll do that.
I needed that when I was in college.
Yeah. No, I wish. It's school probably easy
AI
now.
Write my whole book.
All of it.
Write my whole paper. AI do my whole dissertation, please. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Now for that, I might use AI.
Yeah, no, it probably. I always think about you remember Monkey Notes and like Spark Notes.
Oh yes.
We would that the Cliff came out.
Notes and stuff
Cliff
too.
Notes.
Yeah.
That all came out like at the time when I was in school before the teachers knew about it.
Yeah.
I been stopped reading books.
You were just reading the Cliff Notes.
The last book I read was in like for school assignments was like in 6th grade.
You're like, that's the last book I'm reading.
Yeah.
But it's true though. It's so much stuff out here that'll give you the information. That's why I said these kids are going to be clueless.
Yeah. And
these are the ones that's going to be fighting in our wars. Oh my God. I don't know. I think like is China and them big on AI and stuff too?
Oh, they got to.
Oh, because they're very
technological. They're probably the ones who created a lot of it.
Technologically savvy already.
Advanced,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. That's all Titi can tell you from my perspective. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your candidates. Pay attention to what you're doing, how you're getting your information. Like, really pay attention. That's all I can say, really. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's up to you to do your research. That's all I can say. So with that, I'm out. Thank you guys for joining us today at Titi's House Podcast. We'll see you next time.